Have you ever felt life becoming overwhelming, with your mind constantly stretched by daily pressures? Some days, even the smallest incident can cause you to lose your calm, making it seem as though everything is working against you. But is there a way to maintain peace and positivity amidst the chaos of the world? In today's discussion, let's explore 15 practical ways to stay calm and positive every day. Inspired by Stoic philosophy, a way of thinking that empowers you to master your emotions, overcome challenges, and find fulfillment in life. Stay tuned until the end to discover each actionable step and start applying them to your daily routine. Small changes today can lead to significant differences in the future. Before we dive in, if this is your first time on my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe and like this video. This will help me continue creating more content like this in the future. How you begin your morning sets the tone for the rest of the day. It's not just about time, it's about your state of mind. Picture this. You rush out of bed, grab your phone to check dozens of notifications and emails, and dive straight into work without sparing a moment for yourself. Your mind becomes consumed by external demands, expectations, and pressures, leaving you feeling like you're racing against the world from the moment the sun rises. Now, imagine starting your day differently. According to Stoic philosophy, peace of mind doesn't come from external circumstances, but from how you control your thoughts. A calm morning ritual can serve as the foundation for a balanced day, allowing you to begin with clarity and inner strength. Spend the first 10 to 15 minutes of your day in silence. It doesn't need to be complicated. Just find a quiet space to focus on your breathing, feel grounded in the present moment, or let your thoughts settle. A friend of mine, David, shared that he starts his day with 5 minutes of meditation before getting out of bed. This simple habit not only reduces stress, but also gives him a sense of control over the demands of the day ahead. Aside from meditation, you can try morning journaling. Write down 1 or 2 things you're grateful for, a goal for the day, or just free-flowing thoughts. Don't worry about perfection. The goal is to center yourself on what truly matters. Some people also choose light movement, like a short yoga session or simply stretching and taking deep breaths. These actions awaken your body and help connect your mind and body. The key is to start your day with intention rather than letting external factors dictate it. A peaceful morning ritual doesn't just bring calmness, it empowers you to manage your emotions and maintain positivity throughout the day. Just a few minutes each morning can remind you that life isn't a race to be hurried through. It's a journey you can navigate with intention, starting with the first steps. Have you ever felt drained from trying to control everything? You worry about how others perceive you, stress over decisions beyond your power, or feel frustrated when things don't go as planned despite your best efforts. Stoic philosophy reminds us that the root of suffering lies in placing hope in the wrong places, on things beyond our control. Epictetus once said, "Happiness and freedom begin with understanding what belongs to you and what does not." Here's a story about Alan, a British designer working in the tech industry. Alan was a perfectionist. When he was assigned to lead a major project, he devoted himself to ensuring everything was flawless. He meticulously oversaw every detail, from initial designs and schedules to client feedback. However, things didn't go as expected. A key partner delayed their work, clients changed their requirements at the last minute, and some colleagues didn't meet Alan's expectations. The more Alan tried to control everything, the more disappointed he became. He blamed colleagues, got angry at external factors, and even criticized himself for not managing it all. One day, while searching for advice to ease his stress, Alan came across Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. As he read, one sentence struck him deeply. "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Alan began changing his approach. Instead of trying to control external factors, he focused on what he could do, improving communication with colleagues, creating more flexible plans, and accepting that not everything would go perfectly. Gradually, Alan realized that perfection wasn't necessary to achieve good results. More importantly, his mind became calmer and more focused. From Alan's story, we can see that letting go isn't about giving up. It's a wise action. You can't force everything to go your way, but you can choose how to respond. When faced with challenges, ask yourself, can I control this? If the answer is no, let it go. Life becomes lighter when you learn to accept and focus your energy on what you truly control. In letting go, you'll find real strength. When chaos surrounds you, do you ever pause to ask yourself, am I really in control of myself? Sometimes, the solution isn't to run faster to keep up with the pressure, but to slow down and focus on the simplest thing, your breath. Stoic philosophy emphasizes that your mind can find tranquility, even in the worst circumstances, if you know how to bring yourself back to the present moment. And the quickest way to do that is through deep breathing. Take Rachel, a financial expert living in New York. Her job is incredibly demanding, filled with back-to-back meetings and split-second decisions. One afternoon, while preparing for an important presentation to the board, she received a harshly critical email from her boss. Her heart raced, her breathing quickened, and she felt like she was about to lose control of her emotions. Instead of letting anxiety take over, Rachel decided to try a technique she'd read in an article about meditation. She closed her eyes, placed her hand on her abdomen, and began deep breathing, inhaling for 4 seconds, holding her breath for 7 seconds, and exhaling slowly for 8 seconds. After just 3 rounds, her heart rate slowed, her mind cleared, and she felt back in control. Her presentation went smoothly, and Rachel learned a valuable lesson. Tranquility is always within reach if you know how to pause and adjust your breath. Deep breathing isn't just a relaxation technique. It's a tool to regain control of your mind and emotions. When you feel stressed, try sitting down, closing your eyes, and focusing on your breath. Feel the air entering and leaving your body, bit by bit. This practice not only reduces stress, but also brings you back to the present moment, where true strength resides. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, life is not about what happens, but how you perceive and react to it. Your breath is the bridge between your mind and body, helping you stay steady amidst life's storms. So next time you face pressure, remember that you don't need to jump into action immediately. Just stop, take a deep breath, and let peace radiate from within. If you love positive energy, give this video a like and leave an enthusiastic comment. Let's spread joy together and create meaningful change. Have you noticed that joy often comes not from grand achievements, but from the small, everyday moments? The warmth of morning sunlight, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee, or a stranger's friendly smile. Stoic philosophy teaches that happiness isn't a result of having more, but of recognizing the value in what you already have. Gratitude is not just a mindset, it's a habit you can cultivate daily. When you take time to appreciate and cherish what you have, you shift your focus away from what's lacking and toward what's abundant. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges. It means acknowledging that even in the hardest times, there is always something to be grateful for. Practicing gratitude is simple yet profoundly effective. Every day, spend a few minutes writing down or thinking about 3 things you're thankful for. These can be small joys, like enjoying a good meal, the comfort of a warm home, or the support of a friend. Over time, this habit trains your mind to focus on life's positives rather than dwelling on its negatives. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to love, to experience." This is the essence of gratitude, a recognition that every moment holds value as long as you're willing to see it. Gratitude is not just a feeling, but a powerful tool to reset your mindset, especially during tough times. When you're grateful, you find peace and build inner strength to face life's challenges. In this simple practice, you discover true happiness, not from external sources, but from your awareness and appreciation of the world around you. Do you often say yes to requests you'd rather decline? Perhaps it's because you don't want to disappoint someone or fear being seen as unhelpful. But the truth is, every time you agree to something unimportant, you're giving up time, energy, and focus for what truly matters to you. Stoic philosophy reminds us that our time is limited, and it's crucial to protect it by declining things that don't align with our goals. Refusing isn't selfish, it's a way to prioritize and maintain balance in life. Saying yes to everything can quickly lead to burnout and a lack of control. On the other hand, when you know how to say no, you affirm that your time and energy are valuable and reserved for meaningful pursuits. However, refusal doesn't have to be rude or confrontational. Learn to say no gracefully and sincerely. For example, if a colleague invites you to join a project you're unable to fully commit to, you might say, "I really want to help, but I'm currently handling too many priorities. I wouldn't want to contribute anything less than my best. Hopefully, I can assist next time." By practicing refusal, you'll not only reduce stress but also make space for what truly matters. Epictetus said, "What does not add to your progress does not deserve your time." This means being ready to decline distractions, even if they align with others' expectations of you. Your responsibility isn't to please everyone. It's to uphold your values and prioritize what brings real meaning to your life. When you refuse gracefully, you're not just protecting yourself, but also signaling that you respect your time and energy. Through this self-respect, you'll build a more focused and purposeful life. Have you noticed how your energy and mood are often influenced by the people and information you interact with daily? A critical conversation, a piece of negative news, or a hurtful comment on social media can easily dampen your spirit. Stoic philosophy teaches that your mind is like a garden, and what you allow into it will determine what grows there. Protecting your mind from negativity is a responsibility you must take seriously. In today's connected world, negativity seems to be everywhere. However, that doesn't mean you have to let it invade your soul. The first step is to identify the sources of negative energy. It could be a colleague who constantly complains, a group chat filled with bad news, or a habit of spending too much time on contentious social media platforms. Once you recognize what's harming your mind, set boundaries. Boundaries don't mean complete isolation. They're about controlling the level of influence. If a close friend often shares negative thoughts, listen with empathy, but avoid being drawn into their emotions. If social media drains you, consider limiting your usage or curating your feed to follow only inspiring and constructive content. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Keep your mind clear, serene, and free from unnecessary thoughts, like a well-guarded fortress." Limiting exposure to negativity isn't about avoiding reality, but about shielding yourself from unnecessary emotional erosion. Each day, seek out sources of positive energy. Have a meaningful conversation with someone you cherish, read an inspiring book, or spend a few quiet moments alone. By actively choosing what you engage with, you'll not only protect your mind, but also cultivate an environment that nurtures positivity and peace. Life becomes lighter when you distance yourself from toxicity and focus on what truly matters. In a world where everyone seems to be racing against time, do you ever feel caught in the rush, even when there's no real need to hurry? Endless to-do lists, looming deadlines, and invisible pressures push you to do more, faster. However, Stoic philosophy reminds us, do less, but do it better. Slowing down isn't laziness, it's a way to savor each moment and live more mindfully. Think about the last time you truly enjoyed a meal. No rushing, no checking your phone, just sitting down and savoring each bite. Experiences like this may be rare in modern life, but they bring a sense of wholeness and peace. When you slow down, you allow yourself to connect more deeply with what's happening, rather than being swept away by the whirlwind of what's next. Practicing slowness doesn't require abandoning your responsibilities or work. It simply means giving your full attention to one thing at a time. If you're writing, just write. If you're having a conversation, listen without planning your response. When walking, feel each step instead of rushing from place to place without noticing your surroundings. Seneca once said, "It's not that we have too little time, but that we waste too much of it." Slowing down helps you use your time more effectively by allowing you to focus and deliver higher quality work. Instead of trying to accomplish 10 things at once, choose one or two that truly matter and pour your energy into them. Life isn't a race you need to win. It's a journey, and every moment is worth living fully. When you slow down, you not only control your own pace, but also find peace in the simplest things. From this perspective, you'll see that life isn't about doing more. It's about feeling more. When facing challenges, it's human nature to dwell on worries and feelings of helplessness. You analyze the issue from every angle, only to realize that overthinking exhausts you without offering any answers. Stoic philosophy advises that instead of wasting energy lamenting what went wrong, shift your focus to what truly matters, finding solutions. Consider Matthew, a software engineer in California. During a critical project, his team encountered a major issue when a key feature malfunctioned right before launch day. Seeing his colleagues anxious and discouraged, Matthew chose to remain calm. He asked himself, "What in this situation can I control?" Rather than worrying about the tight deadline or potential client criticism, he focused on actionable steps, diagnosing the problem, mobilizing the team to devise a fix, and proposing a timely update. As a result, the team not only completed the task, but also received praise for their adaptability. Stoic philosophy teaches us not to let our minds be worn down by things we can't change. As Epictetus said, "It's not the events themselves that disturb you, but your judgment about them." When you redirect your thoughts from blame or regret to action, you'll quickly realize that every situation presents an opportunity for improvement. Focusing on solutions helps you move forward while building confidence and emotional resilience. Next time you encounter a problem, ask yourself, what can I do right now to improve the situation? Even small actions are far more effective than sitting idly and complaining. Life is full of challenges, but also full of opportunities to grow stronger. When you focus on solutions instead of problems, you don't just overcome difficulties. You develop a clear mindset that enables you to handle situations wisely. Let's create a community filled with love and inspiration together. Subscribe to the Stoicism for Success channel today and share it with your friends and family, those you want to see living stronger, kinder, and more optimistic lives. Let's spread this positive energy to even more people. Stoic philosophy emphasizes not only the cultivation of the mind, but also the importance of caring for the body. They understood that a strong mind cannot thrive in a weak body. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Take care of your body, for it is the home of your soul." In today's demanding world, where mental stress is constant, physical training is not only a way to stay healthy, but also a key to building inner strength. Strengthening your body doesn't require intense workouts or hours at the gym. What matters is maintaining consistent movement and awareness of your body. Imagine a peaceful morning walk in the fresh air, breathing deeply and moving at a relaxed pace. This isn't just physical exercise, it's an opportunity to reconnect with yourself. As you feel your footsteps, breath, and heartbeat, you're training both body and mind. Gentle exercises like yoga or tai chi are excellent examples. These practices improve strength and flexibility while enhancing focus and reducing stress. If you're short on time, set small goals, such as walking for 15 minutes daily or doing a few stretches before bed. These activities boost circulation, relieve tension, and increase your energy levels. The Stoics valued the connection between the body and mind. When your body is strong and healthy, your mind is better equipped to maintain balance and clarity, even in challenging situations. Additionally, physical training is a form of discipline, a core virtue in Stoic philosophy. Remember, caring for your body isn't just a task, it's an act of self-respect. When you invest time in physical training, you're not only improving your health, but also building a resilient and enduring spirit. Start today, no matter how small, and feel the positive changes in both your body and mind. Are you holding on to resentment? Perhaps someone hurt you, betrayed your trust, or did something you cannot forget. Holding on to anger may feel like self-protection, but in reality, it harms you more than anyone else. Stoic philosophy teaches that forgiveness isn't something you do for others. It's a gift you give to yourself. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Remember, others make mistakes because they do not know better." When you view others' actions through this lens, you realize that the harm they cause is often not out of malice, but due to their own ignorance or pain. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning mistakes or forgetting the past. It's about refusing to let the past control your present. Think about the feeling of relief when you let go of a heavy burden. Forgiveness is just like that, a way to free yourself from the prison of anger and bitterness. Some people find it hard to forgive because they see it as a sign of weakness. But in truth, forgiveness requires immense strength, the strength to overcome your ego, face your pain, and choose peace over retaliation. Start small. Ask yourself, will this matter a year from now? When viewed through the lens of time, many conflicts seem less significant. Sometimes an honest conversation, a heartfelt apology, or simply a decision to let go can heal even deep wounds. Forgiveness is not just about releasing burdens, it's a path to self-healing. When you forgive, you not only feel lighter, but also create space for positivity and peace in your life. And remember, forgiveness isn't about pleasing others, it's about liberating yourself so you can move forward with a serene heart. Life is constantly changing, and the only certainty is uncertainty. Carefully laid plans can go awry, and expectations can be shattered by factors beyond your control. Stoic philosophy teaches that instead of resisting change, we should learn to adapt and respond flexibly. Epictetus once said, "Do not demand that things happen as you wish, but wish for things to happen as they do, and you will find peace." With a flexible mindset, you won't be paralyzed by the unexpected. Instead of clinging to a shattered ideal, you'll find it easier to accept the present situation and figure out the best way to navigate it. This not only reduces stress, but also opens doors to opportunities you might never have considered. Imagine you're driving to an important meeting and suddenly get stuck in traffic. A rigid thinker might spiral into panic, anger, or self-blame for not leaving earlier. However, a flexible thinker will immediately seek solutions, calling ahead to notify of the delay, using the time to prepare further for the presentation, or simply accepting that not everything is within their control. Developing a flexible mindset can start with practicing what-if thinking. Ask yourself, if this doesn't go as planned, what will I do? Preparing for alternative possibilities helps you stay calm and adaptable when change occurs. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Do not fear what happens to you, adapt to it." Change is the nature of the universe. A flexible mindset is not just a survival skill, it's a way to unlock your full potential in challenging circumstances. When you're not bound by rigid thinking, you'll find opportunities in difficulties and creativity within limitations. Life is like a flowing river, constantly changing and never standing still. When you learn to go with the flow instead of swimming against it, you'll discover peace and the ability to overcome challenges with greater ease. Have you ever felt disappointed in yourself after seeing someone else's success? Maybe a friend just bought a new house, a colleague got promoted, or someone on social media seems to be living a perfect life. Comparing yourself to others is a common mental trap that can erode your confidence and joy. Stoic philosophy reminds us, do not let your happiness depend on where you stand compared to others. Seneca once wrote, "We suffer not because of what we lack, but because of what others have." Comparisons make you forget that everyone has their own journey and circumstances. What you see on the surface, whether it's success, appearances, or possessions, is often just a small piece of the picture. You don't know the effort, struggles, or sacrifices others endured to achieve what they have. Focus on your own journey. Everyone has a unique starting point and destination. Success isn't about being faster or going further than others. It's about improving yourself compared to who you were yesterday. A practical way to do this is by evaluating yourself instead of looking outward. Ask yourself, what have I learned? How have I grown? Am I living according to my values? Social media can easily pull you into the comparison spiral. If you often feel inadequate after scrolling through your feed, Set limits. Remember that what's shared online is often a carefully curated and edited version of reality, not the full picture. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Do not waste time worrying about what others do better than you. Focus on what you can do best." When you let go of the need to compare, you'll discover that freedom and happiness come from being true to yourself rather than meeting unnecessary standards. Your worth isn't determined by how you compare to others, but by how you live as the person you want to be. Focusing on your personal journey will bring you peace and true meaning in life. Amidst busy schedules and endless responsibilities, do you ever feel like you're living for everyone else and forgetting about yourself? Work, family, friends, they all consume your time and energy, leaving little room for your own needs. Stoic philosophy reminds us, if you don't take time to care for your mind and soul, don't expect them to remain strong. Take Eleanor, a writer in Boston. With a full-time job at a publishing house and personal writing projects, Eleanor was always busy. She worked late into the night, answered emails early in the morning, and constantly tried to meet everyone's expectations. Over time, she began to feel drained. Her creativity faded, and she felt so stressed that she couldn't enjoy anything. One day, while reading Seneca's works, Eleanor came across a passage about using time wisely. Seneca asked, "We often complain that life is too short, but how have you spent your hours?" This question was a wake-up call. Eleanor realized she'd been dedicating most of her time to fulfilling others' expectations while neglecting her own well-being. From that day forward, Eleanor decided to make a change. She started dedicating 30 minutes each day to something she loved, unrelated to work or obligations. Sometimes she read a book, other times she simply sat quietly with a cup of tea. She no longer felt guilty for taking this time, understanding it wasn't selfish but necessary. Within weeks, Eleanor found her creativity returning, and she felt happier and more balanced. Making time for yourself isn't a luxury. It's a way to recharge and sustain your mental strength. No matter how busy you are, prioritize a small part of each day for something you truly enjoy, even if it's just a few minutes. This practice not only helps you relax, but also reminds you that you're an important piece of the bigger picture of life. Life can feel chaotic and directionless without a clear sense of purpose. Amid daily work and responsibilities, it's easy to lose sight of why you started and what truly matters. Stoic philosophy teaches that to live a meaningful life, you must consistently remember and connect with your purpose. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Each morning, remind yourself that you were born to fulfill a specific task." This doesn't mean your life purpose has to be grand or world-changing. Sometimes your purpose might simply be to be a good parent, to live a peaceful and happy life, or to pursue a passion that fulfills you. The key is understanding what gives your life meaning and letting it guide your actions. When you feel lost, take time to ask yourself, what truly matters to me? Why am I doing what I'm doing? These questions help you reconnect with your core values and reignite the motivation to overcome challenges. Remember, your purpose isn't a fixed destination, but a guiding light. It directs you without binding you to one path. As life changes, your goals may also shift. What's important is that you always have a direction, a reason to move forward. Epictetus said, "Not everyone lives a meaningful life, but everyone has the ability to do so." Your purpose isn't something you find outside yourself, it's something you shape from within. By remembering why you exist, you'll find meaning in each day and build a life worth living, no matter the circumstances. You don't need to live a perfect life. Just live according to the values and goals you cherish most. Life won't always go as planned. You'll face failures, losses, and injustices. Instead of succumbing to anger or despair, Stoic philosophy teaches you to accept everything with calmness. Not to give up, but to keep your mind peaceful, even in adversity. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens that hurts you, but how you interpret it." This means events themselves are neither good nor bad. They only take on meaning based on your perspective. When you accept what happens without letting emotions take over, you'll find freedom. Acceptance doesn't mean passivity or lack of effort. Instead, it's an acknowledgement that some things are beyond your control, and trying to change them only adds stress. Focus on what you can control: your thoughts, actions, and responses. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, welcome whatever comes to you as part of a larger plan. This mindset helps you face adversity while maintaining inner peace. When you stop fighting life's current, you'll find it easier to navigate your path forward. To practice acceptance, start small. When faced with a setback, pause and ask yourself, does this truly matter in the grand scheme of my life? This simple question often reveals that many worries aren't worth your energy. Acceptance is a powerful act because it frees you from the burden of negative emotions. When you approach life with calmness, you become more resilient and find joy in the imperfections of the world. Staying calm and positive isn't a state you're born with. It's a skill to be practiced daily. Stoic philosophy teaches that life isn't about what happens to you, but how you respond to it. From starting your day with a peaceful ritual and focusing on what you can control, to learning to accept things with tranquility, every small action can reshape how you experience life. Remember, you don't have to be perfect or get everything right the first time. What matters is staying consistent in improving yourself step by step. Challenges will always arise, but by applying Stoic principles, you'll grow stronger and more resilient. Start today. Choose to focus on what truly matters, slow down, and cherish the present moments. By mastering your mind and emotions, you'll not only live a peaceful life, but also inspire those around you. Thank you for watching until the end. Don't go anywhere. Let's dive into the next incredibly helpful content together. If you found this video useful, please support us by clicking subscribe and like the video. Have you ever felt like your life has hit a plateau, as if you're stuck in an endless loop? No matter how hard you try, you can't seem to shake off that lingering emptiness or fatigue. Don't worry, you're not alone. These feelings are familiar to many, yet few recognize them as signs that it's time for a change that starts today. In this video, we'll explore 6 key signs that you need to make a change now. More importantly, we'll guide you on how to begin a new journey to rediscover meaning and motivation in your life. Stick with us until the end of the video. This might just be the wake-up call you've been waiting for. If you find this content helpful, please subscribe to the channel and like the video to motivate me to create more new videos. Perhaps you've experienced this. Each day feel like a series of repetitive actions, and when you look back, you're unsure if you've achieved anything truly meaningful. You may be busy, but you feel empty, like you're not moving closer to anything that truly matters. This is a clear sign that you've lost your sense of purpose. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "If a man does not know to which port he is sailing, no wind is favorable." This truth resonates as much today as it did in his time. Goals don't just guide us, they fuel us to overcome challenges. Without them, you're like a ship adrift at sea, carried by the currents, with no idea where you'll end up. A life without goals often leads to mental exhaustion and a lack of direction. You might find yourself waking up each morning feeling disheartened, mindlessly scrolling through your phone, and diving into yet another monotonous day. Over time, this creates a toxic cycle. Not only do you lose your sense of direction, but also your self-confidence. How to recognize the absence of goals. People without clear goals often exhibit these signs. Each day feels the same. You wake up, work, return home, scroll through your phone or watch TV, and go to bed. It's an endless loop. You're busy but don't feel productive. You accomplish many tasks, but none feel significant or fulfilling. You procrastinate on major decisions. There are goals or plans you've been considering for a long time, but you keep putting them off, telling yourself it's not the right time, when in reality, you're avoiding them. The consequences of living without goals are significant. First, you lose the sense of satisfaction and achievement that builds confidence. Second, you risk being swept along by others' agendas, helping them reach their goals instead of crafting your own life. Lastly, it's easy to fall into a state of fatigue, frustration, and lack of energy. How to regain purpose? The first step is to confront yourself honestly. Set aside your daily worries and focus on the fundamental question: what truly matters to me? It's not an easy question, but answering it is the first step toward reclaiming your sense of purpose. Take a pen and paper and write down your core values, the things you genuinely want to pursue. These don't have to be grand or ambitious. They just need to reflect your true desires. For example, I want to improve my health to have more energy. I want to spend more quality time with my family. I want to learn a new skill to advance my career. Once you've identified your goals, break them into smaller, actionable steps. A large goal can feel overwhelming, but dividing it into manageable tasks makes it more achievable. For instance, if your goal is to improve your health, start by walking for 20 minutes a day. If you want to save money, set a goal to save a small amount each week. Another crucial element is setting deadlines. A goal without a timeline is merely a dream. Create a specific plan with clear milestones and commit to it. Take time each week to review your progress and adjust your plan as needed. As Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic philosopher, once wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, 'I have work to do, as a human being, to fulfill my purpose.'" This means practicing daily or weekly self-reflection to ensure you're staying true to your values. Goals don't always have to be grand or complex. Sometimes, consistency with a small daily habit can lead to significant changes in your life. Start small, start today. Losing your sense of purpose isn't a failure. It's a reminder to pause, reflect, and redirect your path. Don't wait until the feeling of being lost becomes unbearable. Take action today, starting with the smallest step. With patience and commitment, you'll rediscover meaning and motivation to move forward. Are you ready to start fresh? If so, grab a pen and paper and define what truly matters to you. Right now, 8 more new videos. Do you often feel exhausted, even after getting enough sleep or without overworking yourself? This fatigue isn't just physical, it stems from deep within your soul. It's a sign that your life is out of balance, and you may have strayed from what truly matters to you. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Do what is in harmony with your nature, and you will find relief." This timeless reminder emphasizes the importance of living authentically and underscores that burnout often arises when we try to be something we're not. Unexplained fatigue is often the result of pouring your energy into things that lack meaning. Perhaps you're stuck in a job you don't enjoy, constantly trying to please others, or forcing yourself into a lifestyle that doesn't align with who you are. Day by day, you feel drained, as if all your efforts are futile. Instead of feeling energized after completing tasks, you end up exhausted and empty. This isn't living, it's merely surviving. This type of fatigue can also stem from poor time and energy management. You might be busy with no clear direction or trying to juggle too many things at once. A lack of prioritization scatters your energy, leaving you drowning in a to-do list where nothing truly matters. Additionally, when you don't make time for yourself, exhaustion builds up. Constantly chasing responsibilities and others' expectations, you forget that you also need moments to recharge. This relentless busyness is a silent enemy that disconnects you from yourself. Prolonged fatigue doesn't just affect your physical health, it negatively impacts your mind and spirit. You might struggle to focus, make poor decisions, and feel increasingly stuck in your life. It's a cycle of working harder, but achieving little, eroding both your performance and your joy in life, leaving you feeling powerless and hopeless. How to overcome this fatigue? The first step is to pause and confront the issue head-on. Ask yourself, what is truly draining my energy? Is it your work, relationships, or the way you're living? Be honest with yourself. Only by understanding the root cause can you begin to make changes. Once you've identified what's exhausting you, it's time to manage your time and energy more effectively. Don't try to do everything. Focus on what truly matters and eliminate the unnecessary. This means learning to say no to requests that don't align with your goals or values. Saying no isn't selfish. It's a way to protect yourself from burnout. Make time each day to care for yourself. This could be as simple as spending 15 minutes meditating, journaling, or taking a walk. These small moments help you recharge and reconnect with your true self. Pay attention to your physical health as well. A healthy body is the foundation for a clear mind and positive energy. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and sufficient sleep are non-negotiables. If your fatigue stems from deeper issues like work pressures or unhealthy relationships, face them rather than avoid them. Tackle them one step at a time, and don't hesitate to seek support if needed. Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "The pressure lies not in the events themselves, but in how you perceive them." Sometimes changing your perspective can significantly reduce your stress. Turn fatigue into a catalyst for change. Remember, fatigue isn't a sign of weakness. It's an internal alarm reminding you to pause, reassess, and adjust your course. Don't ignore this signal. Use it as an opportunity to make changes and create a more balanced life. Change doesn't come from giant leaps, but from small, consistent actions. Start today, even if it's just one small step. Don't let fatigue control you. Transform it into the motivation to live in alignment with your values. A healthy body needs a balanced soul. When you find that balance, your energy will return, and life will feel meaningful again. Let's build a community of kindness by subscribing to Stoicism for Success right now and sharing it with those you wish to see live with kindness and strength like us. Let's spread these positive values together. Life is filled with challenges. They exist to test your limits, push you to grow, and help you discover your true potential. But if you find yourself constantly avoiding new opportunities or difficult situations, it's a clear sign that you're stuck in your comfort zone. Avoiding challenges means rejecting growth, and without growth, you'll never achieve what you truly desire. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Difficulties do not destroy you, they reveal who you really are." Challenges are not your enemies. They are teachers, compelling you to think deeper, act stronger, and break through your own limitations. Yet, avoiding challenges is a common behavior, offering a temporary sense of safety. Avoiding challenges can manifest in many ways: declining a job opportunity out of fear of failure, holding back ideas in a meeting to avoid criticism, or procrastinating on lifestyle changes because of the initial difficulty. This fear stems from anxiety over uncertain outcomes and the pain of failure. Ironically, this avoidance often leads to a more significant failure, failing to live up to your potential. When you avoid challenges, you not only forfeit the chance to learn, but also rob yourself of achieving greater accomplishments. Each time you turn away from difficulty, you reinforce a false belief that you're not capable. Over time, you build a limiting circle where you feel safe, but also trapped. Marcus Aurelius, the renowned Stoic emperor, wisely noted, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Challenges are not barriers, but springboards to growth. Why do you fear challenges? Ask yourself, why are you afraid of challenges? Is the fear of failure truly unbearable, or is it simply a story you've created in your mind? Epictetus reminds us that fear doesn't lie in the events themselves, but in how we perceive them. If you view failure as a lesson rather than an end, you'll find the courage to try and move forward. How to break free from avoiding challenges. To overcome the cycle of avoidance, you need to take deliberate steps. Start small. Don't rush into facing enormous challenges immediately. Begin with smaller opportunities to build your courage. For instance, if you fear public speaking, start by sharing your thoughts in a small group. If you're hesitant about a career change, begin by learning a new skill. Focus on growth. Each challenge is an opportunity to grow. Ask yourself, how will overcoming this challenge make me a better version of myself? This mindset shifts your focus to the long-term rewards rather than short-term fears. Redefine failure. Develop a positive attitude toward failure. Accept that failure isn't the end. It's a critical part of progress. Successful people are not those who never fail, but those who never quit after failing. Thomas Edison once said about inventing the light bulb, "I have not failed 1,000 times. I've successfully found 1,000 ways that don't work." Step out of your comfort zone. Discipline yourself to seek challenges instead of avoiding them. This means embracing new experiences, even if they make you uncomfortable. Remember, growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. Only by stepping out can you discover untapped potential within yourself. Embrace challenges as a path to growth. The Stoic philosophy teaches us that life isn't measured by what you achieve, but by how you face adversity. A life without challenges is a life without growth. If you're avoiding difficulties, you're not only missing out on great opportunities, but also the chance to become the person you aspire to be. So instead of running away, learn to embrace challenges as an essential part of life. Remember, no path to success is easy. But if you're brave enough to confront what lies ahead, you'll find yourself stronger with each step forward. There are times when you reflect on your relationships and realize they no longer bring joy or encouragement. Instead, you feel stress, exhaustion, or worse, a sense of being used. If this sounds familiar, it's a clear sign that you need a change, not only in the people you choose to surround yourself with, but also in how you view the role of relationships in your life. Marcus Aurelius once said, "We were born for the benefit of each other." Relationships are an essential part of life's journey. They provide connection, support, and motivation. But not all relationships hold the same value. Some help you grow, while others drain your energy and erode your self-worth. You might notice you're in a toxic relationship if every interaction feels forced or tense. People who once brought you happiness now only bring anxiety. They might be judgmental, critical of your actions, or only reach out when they need something. These relationships not only exhaust you, but also chip away at your confidence and sense of self. Another form of relational exhaustion occurs when both parties lose a deep connection. Perhaps you and someone else maintain the relationship out of habit, but in reality, there's no longer genuine understanding or support. Such relationships often persist out of fear of change rather than sincerity. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of choosing your companions wisely. Epictetus advised, "Associate with those who are good, and you will become good. Stay away from the bad, and you will not be harmed." This doesn't mean abandoning everyone who isn't perfect, but it does mean recognizing that relationships are a two-way street. If a relationship consistently drags you down, you must be brave enough to set boundaries or let it go. How to address draining relationships? Be honest with yourself. Start by reflecting on your relationships. Which ones truly make you happy and help you grow? Which ones only bring negativity? This requires a high level of self-awareness, because sometimes it's hard to admit that even those closest to us can be the biggest sources of emotional exhaustion. Set clear boundaries. Once you've identified toxic relationships, establish clear limits. This means not allowing others to overstep your boundaries. You don't need to be confrontational, but you do have the right to decline unreasonable requests or actions that hurt you. Invest in positive relationships. Focus on relationships that bring mutual value. Look for people who inspire, support, and grow with you. These don't have to be perfect individuals, but they should be sincere and willing to share the journey of self-improvement. Nurture relationships. Good relationships require effort. To have great friends, you must first learn to be one. Take the time to listen, support, and understand others. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do good without expecting anything in return, for the act itself is its reward." Genuine sincerity in relationships will attract like-minded people. Let go when necessary. If a relationship is beyond repair, summon the courage to let it go. This can be difficult, but ending a toxic relationship is sometimes necessary to make room for healthier connections. Remember, you are not obligated to maintain every relationship at all costs. Your mental health and happiness should always come first. Reevaluate and prioritize your connections. Draining relationships not only sap your energy, but also hinder your personal growth. Don't hesitate to reassess your connections and make the necessary changes. Invest in relationships that bring joy, support, and allow you to be your authentic self. Life is too short to waste on people who don't deserve your time and energy. Ask yourself, are your relationships lifting you up or pulling you down? The answer will guide your next steps. Our community offers beautiful values for free. If you appreciate the hard work of our dedicated team, please support their silent sacrifice. You can contribute via PayPal to help us continue bringing positive values and maintaining the activities of our community. Every bit of support from you makes a significant difference. Have you ever found yourself facing a familiar problem, thinking you know how to handle it, only to repeat the same mistake? Failing once is an opportunity to learn, but when you continually repeat past mistakes, it's no longer a lesson. It's a sign that change is urgently needed. Getting caught in a loop of repeated errors is clear evidence that you haven't fully understood the necessary lesson or applied it effectively. Stoic philosophy acknowledges mistakes as an inevitable part of self-growth, but stresses that failing to learn from them is a waste of time and opportunity. Epictetus wisely observed, "The greatest mistake is not failure itself, but failing to learn from it." This underscores the importance of self-reflection and behavioral adjustment. If you don't take your mistakes seriously, you'll keep repeating them and stagnating instead of progressing. Repeating old mistakes not only wastes time, but also erodes self-esteem and confidence. Every time you make the same error, you feel more powerless, as though you lack control over your life. This can affect every aspect of your life, from work and finances to personal relationships. Worse, it can diminish your trust in yourself, making you hesitant to take risks or try new things in the future. Why do you keep making the same mistakes? The reason often lies in not fully understanding the root cause. You may focus on the consequences of the mistake without digging deeper into the mindset or habits that led to it. For example, if you continually face financial issues due to overspending, simply cutting back expenses without changing your mindset about money won't solve the problem. Similarly, if you repeatedly enter unhealthy relationships, ending one toxic connection won't help if you don't reassess the criteria guiding your choices. How to break the cycle of repeated mistakes. Analyze the mistake honestly. Begin by reflecting deeply and honestly on the mistake. Ask yourself, why did I make this mistake? What led to it? Was it due to a habit, a false belief, or a lack of emotional control? Write down your findings to clearly identify the underlying patterns. Avoid blaming circumstances or others, as this only deflects responsibility and prevents growth. Develop a plan for change. Once you understand the root cause, create a concrete plan to address it. This might involve learning a new skill, adopting healthier habits, or seeking guidance from someone experienced. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The wise man does not fear mistakes, he fears failing to correct them." Progress doesn't come from regret or complaints, but from deliberate and consistent action. Keep a journal of lessons learned. Record each mistake, its causes, and the steps you'll take to avoid it in the future. This can serve as a warning system for when you face similar situations. It also reinforces accountability and keeps you focused on growth. Be patient with yourself. Change takes time, and you may still stumble as you adjust. The key is to analyze each misstep, extract new lessons, and keep moving forward. Don't let frustration deter you. As Epictetus said, the path to wisdom is paved with failures. Seek accountability. Surround yourself with people who can help you stay on track. This might be a friend, mentor, or a supportive community with similar goals. They can point out when you're slipping back into old habits and encourage you to continue your transformation. Turn mistakes into opportunities for growth. Stoic philosophy teaches that humans are not defined by their mistakes, but by how they confront and learn from them. Mistakes are opportunities to become stronger, wiser, and closer to your goals. However, to achieve this, you must have the courage to face your failures, learn the lessons, and commit to not repeating them. If you feel stuck in a loop of repeated mistakes, remember, change doesn't come from avoidance or blame, it comes from conscious action. Start today, and you'll find yourself improving day by day. So are you ready to break the cycle and become a better version of yourself? There's an emptiness many people experience, but few are willing to confront. The feeling that you're no longer satisfied with who you are. Even when you achieve success or meet your goals, a quiet dissatisfaction lingers within. This isn't merely the drive for progress or the desire to aim higher. It's a clear signal that you've drifted away from your true self or are living in opposition to the core values you believe in. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Ask yourself every morning, am I living in harmony with my true nature?" This highlights the importance of staying connected with yourself. When you no longer feel satisfied with who you are, it's likely because you've lost the balance between what you do and what you truly believe in. This sense of dissatisfaction often arises when you allow others to define your worth. You might be chasing goals that aren't truly yours, working a job due to societal pressure, adopting a lifestyle to please others, or striving for standards you never set for yourself. The result? Every time you achieve a goal, instead of feeling fulfilled, you feel even more hollow. Additionally, dissatisfaction with yourself may stem from not living up to your potential. Perhaps you know you're capable of more, but you're stuck in habits or fears that hold you back. You procrastinate, avoid challenges, or take the easier path, yet deep down, you know this isn't the person you want to be. Another common cause is the habit of comparing yourself to others. In an age where social media showcases endless images of success and happiness, it's easy to feel inadequate. But as Epictetus wisely reminded us, do not waste time comparing yourself to others. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Comparison doesn't just steal your joy, it disconnects you from your true values and self-worth. How to rediscover self-satisfaction? Pause and reflect. Start by asking yourself, what am I living for? What values truly matter to me? Answering these questions will help you understand yourself better and identify the areas of your life that need change. Align actions with values. Once you've identified your core values, adjust your actions to reflect them. This doesn't mean overhauling your life all at once, but starting with small, meaningful steps. For example, if personal growth is a key value, dedicate at least 30 minutes daily to learning a new skill or reading. If family relationships are important, spend quality time connecting with loved ones. Let go of perfectionism. One reason for dissatisfaction is setting unrealistic expectations and blaming yourself when you fall short. Remember, progress matters more than perfection. Marcus Aurelius advised, do not expect perfection. Focus on being better than you were yesterday. Practice gratitude. Take time each day to note what you're grateful for, no matter how small. This practice shifts your focus to the positives in your life and helps you recognize that you've achieved more than you realize. Stop comparing yourself to others. Recognize that everyone's journey is unique. Instead of measuring yourself against others, focus on your own growth and achievements. Epictetus's wisdom reminds us that the best use of your energy is becoming the best version of yourself. Embrace challenges and failures. Satisfaction doesn't come from avoiding obstacles, but from facing them courageously. Accept failures as opportunities to grow and improve. The journey of self-discovery requires resilience and the willingness to step outside your comfort zone. Self-satisfaction as a journey, not a destination. Remember, satisfaction with yourself doesn't come from achieving a specific goal, but from how you live every day. By staying true to your values, facing difficulties with courage, and continuously striving to improve, you'll naturally feel more fulfilled. Don't let societal pressures, the opinions of others, or unrealistic expectations cloud this feeling. Stoic philosophy teaches that satisfaction isn't a one-time achievement, but an ongoing process. Every day, you must strive to live according to your values, approach failures constructively, and appreciate the small joys in life. When you do this, satisfaction will no longer feel elusive. It will become a way of life. Ask yourself, am I living as the person I want to be? If the answer is no, today is the day to start making changes. Don't wait. Life won't pause for you to find your answers. Take action, starting now. Life is a constant journey of change, and signs like losing direction, feeling fatigued, avoiding challenges, experiencing draining relationships, repeating past mistakes, or losing self-satisfaction are reminders that it's time to adjust your path. Stoic philosophy teaches that change isn't something to fear, but an opportunity to become better, stronger, and more aligned with your true values. Instead of avoiding or delaying, face reality with courage. Ask yourself, am I living the life I truly want? If the answer is no, it's time to act. Don't wait until it's too late. Start with small steps. Focus on progress over perfection and live each day as a new opportunity to grow. You deserve a meaningful life. Pause, reflect, and take conscious steps forward. Your journey of transformation begins today. Are you ready? Thank you for watching this video. Let's support our wonderful community by hitting subscribe and turning on notifications right now. Show everyone that you're living kindly by liking the video and sharing your experiences in the comments. Take action now to spread positive energy.